now, your host, Walt Disney.
These animation drawings are from a part of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs that was never seen by the public. These are just a few of the drawings out of an entire episode that was not used in the picture. And this is a scene from one of the musical numbers in Fantasia called A Night on Bald Mountain. This film portrays a medieval superstition that grew into our modern conception of Halloween. Later on, you'll see both of these sequences. They will illustrate the principle in animation, which we call the plausible impossible. The plausible impossible means taking something that is against the laws of nature, something impossible, and making it appear rational and acceptable. In short, plausible. I'm quoting from our book, The Art of Animation. Herein, we have tried to answer the questions of not only those who are merely curious about animation, but also those serious students who wish to go deeper into the subject. One entire chapter is devoted to the plausible impossible. First, you must understand the plausible impossible is not something we, who draw animated cartoons, invented. It's been around a long time. Looking back into history, we find many examples in art and literature of things that are impossible, yet they were plausible and acceptable in their time. These Egyptian figures, each with a human body, but with the head of a lion, jackal, or a bird, might seem merely fanciful to us, even amusing. But to the ancient Egyptians, they were quite real and believable because they were gods, supernatural beings. To the ancient Chinese, the dragon was very real, even though no one had actually seen one that looked like this. Yet there may be a very plausible basis for their belief in dragons. It is an established fact that monstrous creatures roamed the earth in prehistoric times. Now, it's possible that the age of dinosaurs somewhere overlapped with man's earliest beginnings, and the memory of these monsters may have been passed on from generation to generation to finally evolve into the Chinese conception of the dragon. Greek mythology has many strange characters too. Impossible though they look, they are not hard to justify. For instance, the idea of the centaur could well have been the simple case of mistaken identity. The ancient Greeks were accustomed to seeing horses pulling chariots. They'd been doing it for centuries. It was not until about 1200 BC that someone got the strange idea of riding on horseback. Seeing a horse and a man together in this manner for the first time must have been quite a shock. And the myth of the centaur may well have been created later on in a too enthusiastic retelling of the incident. So much